What's going on, guys? I figured I'd make a quick video on the car, just a brief overview of everything that's done to it and some of my plans for the future on it. I know I had a bunch of comments on what kind of turbo I'm running, my wheel specs, everything in between, so we're gonna make a quick video on it so I can answer some of your guys' questions, hopefully help some of y'all out with y'all's builds. All right, so I figured I'll start with the exterior first. Pretty basic, nothing crazy. It's a Voltex rep lip here, the VLAN headlights that everybody runs. On this side, I got the Password JDM. I believe it's made by Technocraft Composites headlight delete. I got straight from Mitsubishi, the fog light deletes, Varus, however you say it. Carbon fiber pillar covers. We'll move around to the back. Got the carbon fiber trunk, Cybon, however you say it. I believe these are the Mars brand taillights. They're not even the real Varus ones. Actually, I think the Varus ones look a lot better because they have it's like a single beam. You don't see like these individual bulbs all in between. Moving on to the wheel specs, I'm sure everybody wants to know those. So it's the Inky NTO3 wheels. They are 18 by 10.5 plus 30. Pretty weak offset there, but it works for my setup. And it barely clears my coilovers. My coilovers setup are just KWV3s, and it barely clears the body, but it works out. And the tires are the NTO5s. It's a 275/35. Plans on autocrossing or tracking the car, but still haven't really gotten around to it. Want to work out a couple more things. Really just need a baffled oil pan and a surge tank setup, and I'll be good there. That's pretty much for the exterior, so we'll move on to all the nitty-gritty stuff and all the engine mods. All right, cool. So moving on to all the power mods I got done to it. It's nothing crazy, pretty basic setup. I mean, in my opinion, it's still stock location turbo and stuff. So the motor, yeah, it's a built 2-liter CP pistons, mainly I-beam rods, stock crank. The head is built GSC S2 cams. A lot of people don't believe me when I tell them it's just S2. From the video of it idling, they think it's S3s, but nope. There are S2s in there, Faria, however you say it, titanium, valve keepers, and all the valve train is all by the same company, the Faria competition stuff. So still stock size valves, nothing's oversized. I didn't go too crazy on it because it's my first motor. So it's my first time pulling the motor, it's my first time building one too. So it took probably 7 or 8 months for me to disassemble everything and pretty much learn the ins and outs of the motor. And I did all the specifications myself, the measurements, had to teach myself how to use the dial bore gauge and all that kind of stuff, but it was well worth it. Saved a lot of money and got the experience on building my first motor. So it was good and healthy, no issues, no hiccups through the whole thing. The turbo is a GTX 3576R, it's the Gen 2. I got the MAP tubular exhaust manifold here, ETS upper and lower intercool pipes, their whole kit. It's a 4-inch front mount. Nothing, no port and polish on anything. The head is all, I feel like the 4B11 head flows pretty well. So unless you're pushing like big power and, you know, going for big numbers, then you could squeeze out that little bit of extra horsepower by helping the head flow better. But I feel like the 4B11 flows pretty well already. I believe this is MAPS kit, the intake kit. I can't even remember. Got their heat shield and stuff going on. Don't mind my 50 shades of different red colors going on in here. I suck at color matching, so fuel lab, fuel pressure regulator, I got their fuel filter in there as well. I got a map catch can, the AMS fuel rail, I'm just calling it out as it goes, I guess. FIC 2150cc injectors. I wish I would have gone a little bit smaller on those. It seems that the car doesn't really like to run on pump on 93. It doesn't really like it. Sometimes it stumbles on takeoff, but I mean, it pulls everything fine. There's nothing crazy going on besides it stumbles every now and then. But on E85, the car runs like flawless. There's no hiccups when I'm pulling off from a stoplight or anything. So it could be tuning related. Could be I just have too much injector for, you know, a pump, yeah, 93 setup. So the fuel pump I have is I believe it's a Hellcat pump. So the Walbro 525 pump. It's not hardwired, still stock wiring, you know, harness, nothing crazy going on there. I do have the flex fuel sensor back there. I can't remember which kit it is. Yeah, I believe that's pretty much it. Pushing about 36 pounds of boost, and the car made, on pump gas, it made 530. I'll see if I can put the dyno sheets up. It made 530, and this is all on dyno jet. And then on 85, it made 640, and I believe 474 for torque. So, I mean, it scoots out a little bit. It's still internally gated, so I'm unaware. I don't really know how much more you can push this turbo, but the limiting factor on this setup was the fact I'm still internally gated. So the next setup, I'm definitely going external. I won't go too much bigger on the turbo. Maybe just step to a 3582, make a little bit more power. I'm hoping to break 7, and then I'll be happy. I don't really want to push it too much any further than that. Like I said, I still have plans on tracking the car, so ideally the plan is to go small turbo, maybe like an MHI 18K, make like 4 or 450, and then take it to the track and really learn the car. I feel like it'd be pretty hard to learn with like a 600 horsepower build. So yeah, that's pretty much the goals for the car right now. I believe I touched on everything. I mean, if you care about the type of clutch I have, it's the ACT 6-puck organic HD SS, I believe it is, and then their lightweight flywheel in there. So, and that's plenty. I've only launched the car maybe 2 or 3 times. And it held fine. There's no slipping or anything. I believe the build so far only has about maybe 4,000 or 5,000 miles on it, if that. I don't drive it too much after building it. Yeah, it's pretty much it. Got the Mishimoto dual oil cooler going on in there. Yeah, all these little carbon bits are from the same company, Password JDM. That's also Password JDM. So I'm pretty sure I covered most of the questions that I get from you guys. It's not, like I said, it's not a crazy build. My first build, first motor, first time doing all of this. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments about anything, you know, about the motor build or any technical questions. If you decide to try and take it on yourself, it's definitely doable. I would always tell anybody that if you ever wanted to build your own motor, I would say go for it. If you have the time, and you don't even have to, like I said, this is my first motor that I ever pulled. You don't even have to have like a crazy amount of background knowledge and working on any other different cars. You just really just got to take the time, sit in front of your car, take it apart, and learn how everything works. That's pretty much it. That's all I did. I am by no means like a car expert, but you know, I just took the time out, taught myself how to do it. There's plenty of information out there, YouTube videos, forums, and you know, even the I dug in the service manual a lot when I was building this motor. You just gotta reach out there and go get it, man.